What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another Chillin with D-Lo. I'm back here again with another episode, this time with the OG, ANNII281.
ANNII281.
Welcome back. How you
I,
been?
I am good. I feel good to be back. I'm a little nervous. I feel like I haven't been in front of a camera in a while.
ANNII281 was in the scene for a bit, and then she just disappeared.
In the scene for a bit. I went into my show.
But, D-Lo had to come in clutch and get her back. It's crazy how, I started this podcast, and you were, the first person that actually, hopped on my shit.
I
and
remember.
We were just, literally, it was just my webcam on my computer, and we just went live on Twitch.
I remember.
We were there for, a good 2-3 hours?
Felt like we were there for 2 hours, but it just, flew right by.
So, fun fact, the reason why Chillin with D-Lo started, she actually played a very big part. So, I want to thank you for that. So, everybody, shout out to Annie, bro.
Shout out to Annie.
The first thing I want to talk about is outgoing personality. So, if you know Annie, she has a very outgoing personality that is insane. How did that come to be? And tell the people.
I don't really know. I think I used to be really shy at first. I used to be really shy as a kid. If I remember myself, back in middle school, I feel like I used to be super shy. And then I don't know if it started in high school. I think I just stopped giving a fuck.
Do you think do you think maybe it was because what caused you to not give a fuck? Was it a heartbreak? Was somebody letting you down?
I think I just stopped giving a fuck about the people around me because I saw that they weren't doing good in their own lives. Does that make sense? Is that harsh?
Nah, not really. I feel like a lot of girls, especially when we talk about girls and stuff, they're very timid and they're very scared to show their real emotions and how they really want to run things. And that's why I really respect you a lot, because it's you don't give a fuck. You do what you want to do and fuck everybody.
Yeah, I feel like I just stopped giving a fuck. I just started seeing that people were doing a little bit, not as good as me. I don't want to say worse than me because that feels bad.
Yeah.
But we weren't on the same level, especially when it came to emotionally, educationally, spiritually, anything. I just saw we were not on the same vibe. Their vibes were always lower, if that makes sense, you know? So I stopped feeling like I had to care about what these people thought when, in a way, they weren't doing anything for me. And now whenever I meet somebody, I just learned that, you can't give a fuck.
Do you think maybe I can kind of relate to you. Don't you think maybe it's you felt like those people were holding you back who you really were?
Oh, definitely. I think that that's the only way you can really find yourself, if you stop giving a fuck, because you're going to turn exactly who you need to turn into, and the right people will be in your life for who you turn into because of yourself. Does that make sense?
Oh, I agree.
If you care so much about what people think, you're not going to be able to fully develop yourself as who you're supposed to be. And you're going to keep the wrong people in your life because of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that actually live their life based on what people think of them. And I find that really, really fucking sad.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really draining. Why are you going to not live your life to give other people, that benefit of the doubt? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we came from.
It was just a very toxic environment.
It was just a very toxic environment. It was very bad people, very bad vibes.
Yeah.
People fucking each other over for the most minimum things. Bitches
people fucking
fighting
each other too. Literally.
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 Bitches fighting over dudes for any given reason. Just drama everywhere. And I just felt like, why the fuck do I owe these people an explanation about what I'm doing with my life,
Yeah.
Or anything. Regardless, I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And because of that, I'm going to be where I need to be.
And then people get mad when you do that. And it's
people
crazy.
People get so mad.
Yeah, they get pressed.
People get so pressed about who you turn, I think, when you don't give a fuck.
And that's crazy that we're talking about that, because I had a topic here towards the end, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into it now. A lot of people, we know each other on a personal level. So it's I know a lot of people that assume a lot of your character.
Oh, yeah.
And how do you deal with that? And what do you think about people that just assume
I think a lot of people are always going to assume shit. I mean, since, fuck. since high school,
yeah,
I could say people have been assuming a lot of shit about me. And I don't know. I just realized that a lot of that came from their insecurities, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's a jab right there. Because if the shoe fits, wear it. Like, type. You know. But a lot of people assumed and judged me for a lot of things that they're never going to know the truth about. And I'm never going to tell them, you know, because that's who they are.
So, like, you know, on the assuming part of things, like, I don't know how to explain it, but people assume shit because of the things they see and the things they want to believe.
Yeah, definitely. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
And how do you like tell somebody, like, you know, for example, like, how do you tell the girlies out there? Because, you know, I know you stand strong for the women, you know. She's feminist. She's I didn't want to say that. Very. So if I get demonetized, well, there you go.
Oh shit! I didn't know you could say that.
But you know, she's for the girlies. You know, she's out there for the girls and shit. Like, how can you like give advice to those girls that still haven't gotten out of that cocoon? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. 'Cause I feel like you're like a person that got out of the cocoon really early and stuff.
Really early, very fast.
So how do you like give advice to those girls out there?
Honestly, the way it happened to me was because I feel like I grew up very fast. Yeah. You know, I feel like I grew up really fast. Like by 16, 17, I was out of that high school mentality. Yeah. And I was working, making money, going out. Like at that point, I was already going to bars and shit, you know? So a lot of me had to grow up. I had to grow up. I think that the girlies that want to get there, they need to be alone.
What? Like just...
They need to be alone and they need to reevaluate their choices in life. They need to know what's holding them back. They need to know why they're a way that they are. You know, are you in a toxic relationship? Are you in a toxic household? Do you have toxic friendships? You know, are you working at a job that doesn't satisfy you? You're never going to be able to get out of your shell if you don't do something that you want to do. Are you doing something that you want to do? Are you going to college because you want to go to college?
Or because your parents are making you
or because your parents are making you? Are you living there because you have to? Like, you need to find a way to get out of situations. If you need to work your ass off to make money and leave the fucking state, you need to do that.
Basically, you're telling them to become independent.
You need to become independent. Yes, you need to become independent because I became independent at a very young age and I was able to explore things. I was able to explore what I liked, what I didn't like. I mean, I moved to Midtown when I was 17 years old. Yeah, that was crazy. You know, I was living in Midtown at 17, 18 years old. So things are possible if you want to make them possible. Facts. You know, and that's when I really was able to get out of my shell. I did so many things around those years. I was able to experience so many things, some good, some bad, but all of it builds up your character. It's all going to build up your person. And if you're still holding on to shit because you're scared, how long is it going to take you? Are you going to wait till you're 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old?
Yeah, time is on the clock.
Time is on the clock. You know, you're young. You're never like... if you're in your 20s, if you're going into your 20s, even if I think you're starting your 30s, I think you still have so much time to figure out who you are and to not get caught up in other shit like relationships, friendships, debt, you know, like none of that shit is going to matter at the end of the day.
Like I know one way that you grew, like, yeah. I don't know if you want to really talk.
We can talk about it. We can talk about it.
We can go ahead and sway to the other direction. But like, I don't really like calling out situations. But I do know one thing. I'm gonna just put it sweet. Yeah. I know that you falling in love at a young age has really taught you a lot of lessons. Like, what do you think about falling in love, like young? Do you think that works out, or do you think it's a good thing to go through so you can like grow, or what do you think overall?
I think it's a very beautiful thing. And I think everybody's going to have their definition of love at different times. And it's not always going to be a good thing. And it's not always going to be pretty. And it's not always going to be what you hear on social media or what you see. There's going to be... You're going to deal with people, you know? People come with baggage. Every person comes with baggage. Every person comes from a different family, from a different background, has been through different shit, through different relationships, you're going to deal with all of that. So I think that if you start getting into relationships early, depending on your character, it's either going to make you or break you. Because a lot of bitches get into relationships at an early age and they get stuck and
that's it.
They get stuck.
Yeah.
That's it, you know? Game over.
They settle and that's
it.
They
settle, and I just feel like it's such a beautiful thing to have young love and to be able to think, oh my God, this person, I used to feel this way back then, you know? But you're never, if you settle and you stay there, you're never going to experience love with another person and you're never going to know what that's like. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that when they're in love, because I feel like I've been in love so many times and people can tell me that they think it wasn't love, but in my head at that moment was love, and it ended when it had to end for me to be able to find the person that came after that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it because, like, from my point of view, it's like, damn, she's a loving kid. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I just think you can fall in love with so many different people at so many different times. I think that maybe you can be in love with two people at the same time. I think
that's
you can.
That's a fucking red flag.
I think you can. Not saying like, oh shit, because you're cheating or something.
That's cheating.
No. I'm not saying it like it's valid for you to be able to fuck somebody else or for you to cheat. But I am saying that I have seen it be possible where you can love two different people for two different reasons.
So you can love one for their money, one for their dick.
Not necessarily, but you can love someone for, you know, being emotional, for being able to connect with you on an emotional level.
Isn't that emotionally cheating though? Like how does that work? Like
I
how
mean,
can you be in love with two people?
it has to be something that's obviously set and agreed on, you know? I don't feel like you should be in a relationship with someone
if you love
and
somebody
in love with somebody else. I feel like that shouldn't be said. But if I'm getting out of something and I'm talking with someone new and I tell them, hey, I'm still in love with this person, at that point I let you know, you know? At that point I'm still in love with that person. It doesn't mean that I can't fall in love with you. I don't think so. I just think there's different levels of connection. I feel like you can connect in so many different levels. There's so many different types of love. You know, the way that I love my friends, the way that I love my family, the way that I love my partner. It's so many different kinds of love.
Have you ever been in love with two people at the same time? Like you've been with somebody and then you love the other person too type?
I feel like no. I've been conflicted for sure. Like I've been at a point where I'm getting out of a relationship.
Okay.
And this other dude comes along, right?
Yeah.
And everything that the other guy wasn't doing in the relationship, this other dude was willing to do. It didn't mean that I stopped loving the other guy, you know? Because I was with him for a while. I was losing feelings for this guy and developing feelings for this one, but there was a point where I just felt confused because I was like, they're both great guys.
Is it safe to say that you basically like had the rebound guy?
I don't want to say he was a rebound because I feel like I left that relationship mentally a while before that. You know how women do that?
Yeah.
Women leave relationships mentally before they do physically. And so I feel like in my head, I had already left part of that relationship. So when this dude came in and was talking to me, that's why I was able to kind of fall for it a little bit more. Because if I'm with you and I'm in love with you, I promise you, like, I know myself as a girl, no other dude can come in and, like, sweep me off my feet. Like, whenever I'm with someone, I'm solid with that one person. But if I'm already starting to leave you mentally, if I've been telling you, hey, like, this, and that, and nothing's been changing, and I'm starting to get there.
That's one of the most, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, fucking sometimes I'm like, damn, like, when a girl breaks up with you, it's because, like, she's been
thinking about it.
She's been thinking about it, like, a long time.
Oh, definitely.
Like, can you tell me more about that? Like, I feel like a lot of guys don't understand that shit. And I feel like we will never understand that shit. But, like, how does that work inside your mind? Like,
I feel like if you're a guy from the ages of, like, 18 to about 35 years old, you're probably not going to understand because men mature emotionally so much more later than women. Like, if you look it up, it's going to tell you that men emotionally mature at the age of 43.
Nah, I agree. I still think I'm a kid. Like, I feel like girls do mature quicker.
Definitely.
And I do think, like, I can get away with more things. And I do think that women are, in a way, like, emotionally smarter. I don't know about, like, mathematics and, like, building shit smarter, but Emotionally, definitely, y'all up there. Y'all know how to fuck with guys. Crazy.
A woman is definitely gonna tell you when she's gonna leave you.
How does she tell you? Like, I know they don't tell you straight up.
She's not gonna tell you, hey, I'm gonna leave you if you. I mean, she might, you know, hey, I'm gonna leave you if you do this. But if your woman is trying to communicate with you, and your response is to shut down, to ignore her, to see it as nagging, to, you know, not listen to it, I promise you that every time she brings up an issue that she has already brought up, she's taking one step closer to leaving you. Because we get tired. We're human beings too. You shit.
Yeah.
We get tired. We get tired of telling you, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? You know?
What would you say is the top 5 signs when a girl is already losing feelings for you?
If she's not crying anymore, she's losing feelings for you.
Okay.
If you guys used to get into fights and she used to cry and want to talk and she doesn't do that anymore,
that's one.
She's losing feelings hard as fuck.
Damn.
I promise you that. If that used to be your girl, that's not your girl no more. That's not your girl no more.
Somebody else fucking.
It's somebody else's.
Somebody else fucking.
Yeah. If she used to be thoughtful.
Like, what do you mean thoughtful? Like
thoughtful is as in any way that you know your girl.
I'm over here thinking like she a thought.
No, like if she used to send you, hey baby, good morning messages, and that's not happening no more.
The small things.
It's just little things because we stop giving a fuck. You know. Okay. We stop giving a fuck about making you feel good. I feel like when we're in love, women, we want to make you feel good. You know, we want to uplift you. Like me as a woman, whenever I'm with a man and I'm in love with him, I want to help him build up. I want to build him up. I want to make him feel good about himself. I want him to find that with me.
Because you're trying to make him like,
of course,
achieve his goals.
Exactly, because he's my man, and I want him to know that his place with me is going to be solid. By my side, he is going to be my man. There's no one else. You know, I'm gonna be solid as fuck. But once I stop doing certain shit for you,
watch out.
Is I start losing feelings. Honestly, this is gonna sound a little fucking crazy.
So like not crying and then not doing the small things. What would be the third one?
I think if she's not checking your shit no more, she definitely doesn't care anymore either. Cause I'm.
Like, what do you mean checking your shit? Like seeing your stories or checking your phone?
No. Like, I'm definitely a little crazy.
No, we all know that.
And a little toxic.
We all know
and like I said, I don't give a fuck, you know? So I'm going to be who I am. And I let people know that since the beginning. If I used to check, like, your Instagram. You know, if I used to check who you followed, who followed you, whose pictures. Like, if I'm not doing that no more, baby, you lost me.
Hell no. So like, let's say if your guy is like out in the club, you would know if he follows some bitch or some bitches like that day, and you'll know exactly who they are type.
Yes.
You're fucking crazy. You're a fucking FBI. You the fucking feds.
Yes, and I have done it.
You've done it?
I have done it. I have done it to where I'm with a guy and he's going out and I see that his following goes up, and if it's a fucking bottle girl,
damn,
come on, dude.
Well, what if it's like to like just like book or something? Honestly,
I don't give a fuck what your reasoning is.
It's still like
it's still yeah.
And, but that means you give a fuck though.
It means I give a fuck. But once I stop doing that, that's when you know you're starting to lose a girl. I think.
So we're at the stop crying, stop doing the small things, and stop being literally a fucking feds.
Except if she stops being a little bit crazy, if she, you know, your girl, you know what she does. You know, if she checks your phone, if she checks your pockets, if she checks your car, you know, if she does any of those things and she's not doing it anymore.
And you know what's the crazy part? Some guys think that, oh, she's finally learning, like she's, you know, she's just accepting it, and then little do they know,
that's when you're losing her.
That's when you're losing her.
That's when you're losing. And that has happened to me where I have been in relationships where I get to that point and I stop doing stuff. And men notice because they will point it out to me like, oh, you know, we haven't fought as much. You're not bringing shit up no more. And they think it's a good thing. They think it's a green flag. Like, and they're like, you know, we're finally getting out of the toxic phase. No, baby, I've just gave up on you.
Damn.
I've just gave up on you. I've learned that even if I bring it up, nothing is gonna change. It's getting
good, bro. It's good when it's toxic.
It's just that I'm losing feelings for you. I'm just losing interest.
What would be the last two top 5 signs she's leaving you there? The last two. So we got the crying, we got the small little things that you would do, and then we got the stalker FBI shit.
Yeah.
What is the last two you would say?
I think another thing that I would do is probably do stuff that you don't like. Because I'm not gonna care, if
like the compromises y'all would do in the beginning, and
the stuff that the stuff that I would sacrifice that I did before I got in a relationship that you didn't like, I would probably start doing them again, and I probably wouldn't care. Because obviously, when you're single, you're single and you're out living your life, and you're chilling. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Obviously, when you get in a relationship, there has to be a compromise,
And you would like start, since you're not keeping your part of the deal. Fuck
I'm
you,
not
motherfucker.
Keep mine.
Why
exactly.
should I?
If I start going out more, if I stop responding your calls whenever you like call me if I'm out, any of those things that you don't like me doing, if I start doing them, it's not to hurt you purposely. It's because I just don't give a fuck anymore. That's not me trying to get back at you. That's me just not caring anymore. I feel like a lot of guys feel like, oh, you're doing this to get back at me, and I'm not. I'm just doing me now.
Yeah, it's like, it's not really like, you're not that important. It's just, if I'm gonna be like treated like differently, then you're gonna get treated differently.
Yeah, it's just
I see what you mean. Like, I don't know how to word it. I don't know how to word it. I see where you're coming from, but I can see how a lot of people will mistake it into being like, damn, she's just trying to get in my head. She's trying to just get me back.
Yeah.
Like, I understand what you mean.
And at that point, as my man, if I really loved you, I wouldn't put you in that position.
So you would say that's the fifth one?
Yeah. If I start putting you in positions that I hadn't before.
What you mean, like positions? Like
positions,
whatever you want to put the motherfucker in for, or what do you mean? No.
Like, if I start putting you in a position where you feel like I need to explain something to you, like, for example, let me see. I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of like something that's happened to me before. If I start putting you in a position where you have to question me, I probably don't want to be with you anymore.
Damn.
If you start asking me stuff like, oh, why is this guy on your phone? Or why are you getting all this? Or why did I hear this about you?
What would your answer be?
I feel like I would lie. I feel like I'd just be like, I'd be like.
She would lie. She'd be on some future shit.
Maybe I would until I fully detach. Because if you're my man and I'm with you, I'm not going to put you in a position where you're going to look embarrassed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because you're supposed to do the opposite.
You're supposed to, if you're with someone, when you're a couple, I feel like you have to always have your partner's back, and you have to not embarrass them, because that builds a solid ground, especially in front of people, But if I start, doing shit that's going to make it look like we're not solid, is because I don't care how people look into our relationship anymore.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because people on the outside are always going to play a part in your relationship.
No matter what.
You can't control that shit. That's just the way the world is now, especially with social media shit. Outside people are always going to play a role in your relationship.
And you got to be strong.
And it doesn't matter. And the thing is, you have to have a strong foundation with your partner, I think, to where even though you might have a rocky relationship, even though you might have a lot of fights, you have to make everybody else see that you don't. Because that's the only way that they will not be able to get inside your head and inside of your relationship.
Yeah, you got to be solid. And that shit is a hard thing to do.
And it's so hard. It's so hard because we're human beings, and we fuck up. We have emotions, and
shit happens.
It just shit happens. And that's understandable. But once I start putting you in that position where other people are looking to our relationship like, fuck, they're fighting a lot, or why is she doing this, or why is she posting that? It's probably because I don't give a fuck anymore, because I'm about to leave you.
So the top 5 reasons, guys, she said it here, is if they stop crying, if they stop doing the little things. What was the third one again? It was stop crying, stop doing the little things. Stop being the feds, literally. Putting you in situations where you're not supposed to be in, and then and start doing things that y'all compromise in the beginning, and stop giving a fuck about it. So if your girl is doing 2 or 3 out of these things,
she's like halfway there.
She's almost there. So try to rescue there, because when she's on the 4th, it's gonna be hard. Bro.
Oh yeah, I think it's really hard to get a girl back once she detaches.
Yeah, because she already on her.
She already doesn't see you the same way as she used to anymore.
So yeah, we're giving you. This is what D-Lo does, bro. Bringing ANNII281 back into the scene, and also getting some information, getting some cheat codes. So y'all make sure y'all keep y'all girls happy, because if y'all don't, then
somebody else will.
Then one of my homeboys will, bro. let's just keep it 100, because my homeboys like to fuck. All right, hey, I know, I got a homeboy. Hey, Joel, come over here real quick, bro. I think he's here. I don't know if he's here, but Joel, that motherfucker likes to fuck. So if you don't keep your girl happy, he will fuck your bitch. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on from that. He's probably fucking right now. That's why he didn't come through. But you're a very spiritual person. Do you believe in the compatibility bullshit? Like,
yes.
I mean, we already said bullshit, so you already know how I feel about it. Of course. But
like any man.
It's a fucking red flag. Like, just a girl believing in zodiac signs, I think it's a red flag.
Yeah.
I think it's like characterizing it. Like, how okay, like, I'm going to be open-minded, like I'm always am.
Okay.
Explain to me why you believe in that. Like, what makes it so, like the way it is? Like, y'all girls really do fucking, like, believe in that shit.
So, a little background. I grew up very Christian. I grew up in a very Christian household, forced to go to church every Sunday. Like, I grew up very religious to the point to where I was like maybe 14, 15.
Yeah.
That it was a very religious household, very religious because of my grandma. So I believed in God for a very long time.
Okay.
And then after we weren't living with my grandma anymore, and I was able to just, grow and try to figure out what I believed in and shit, spirituality was definitely one of my things, and I'm still a spiritual person to this day, and I feel like that's how I am going to stay. And zodiac signs, to me, are a factor, but they're not a huge factor. If I meet a guy and we're on a date or something, and he tells me, oh, I'm an Aquarius, I'm not immediately going to be like, oh, that's it, I'm leaving, You
kind of prepare yourself for, like, what you're getting. I kind of do prepare
myself, though, because I do believe that, the way the universe works, for you to be born on a certain date at a certain hour where the stars and the moon were aligned a certain way, that's going to tell me something about your soul. Does that make sense? I feel like that's going to tell me something about yourself. The day that you were brought into the world is important, obviously. Just to you, it's your birthday, right? Because that's the day you came into the world.
Respectfully, I ain't going to lie to you. Like, that sounds crazy, but it could be. It could be real.
It's because it could be true, exactly, because most of the people that I meet that have certain zodiac signs do have a lot of the same characteristics.
Okay, so now let's make it a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
What zodiac sign of man you would say avoid?
So I'm a Cancer.
Okay.
I'm a water sign. And I'm gonna be as straight and non-biased as I can.
Okay.
Aquarius men, Libra men, Pisces.
Okay.
Virgos.
Alright.
And
she's giving damn near the whole zodiac sign chart, bro. God
I'm giving
damn.
you 5. You said 5 or 3?
I said 3.
Oh, then Aquarius, Libra, and Pisces.
Virgo's out that bitch. All right.
For sure.
I know we're not toxic.
For sure. For sure.
To a certain degree.
Because
Wait, okay, so Aquarius is the worst. And then
Libra's the second.
Libra's the second worst.
Uh-huh.
And then
third is Pisces.
Why are they the worst?
So Aquarius and Libras, they're both air signs. And they're the worst because they're both the same in a way. Does that make sense? Every Aquarius or Libra that I've been with has been dry, non-communicative, very emotionless. Very, very cold.
Very cold.
Very cold. Yes, okay. That's for both Aquarius and Libra men. They each have their own thing, but those are the top 3 things. And I'm a very warm, loving person. I need a lot of emotions.
So you think that's the worst for you?
That's why I'm saying it. That's the worst for me. You know, there's other girls out there that might be okay with that, who are okay with a little more of a cold shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm not. I like a lot of emotion. But then there's Pisces men.
What about
Then there's
them?
Pisces men. And Pisces men are also a water sign like me,
Yeah.
which means they have a lot of emotions. They have a lot of character. And they're bad because they have so many emotions that they know how to manipulate you.
Oh, so they the manipulators.
They're the manipulators. They're probably the worst because they
fishy, literally.
They're fishy, yeah,
like, signs.
Yeah,
they're
exactly. Like Aquarius and Libra men won't give a fuck about your emotions. At least you know they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
you know they're not gonna fuck with your emotions. Pisces men will fuck with your emotions so hard, so hard. Like they will have you questioning your own emotions.
What month is the Pisces, dude?
It's February, late February to early March.
Damn, do I know any Pisces motherfuckers?
Yes, you do.
Oh, damn, that was a quick answer. Okay,
cool. You know 2.
Damn, and you were both? Damn! God damn. Okay, look, you need to stop like with my friends.
They're not your friends.
Oh, they're not. Whoa.
But you know them.
Oh, I know them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, God damn. Shit. So now moving forward, what would you think, since you're a girly?
Yeah.
The top 3 hoes, like they hoes, like zodiac sign hoes.
Virgos.
Virgo women are hoes.
Virgos in general, men and women are hoes.
Alright, bro. What you mean? Like I didn't say men and women.
Hoes.
I say women.
Women.
How?
Yeah, Virgos. Virgos for sure.
Hoes?
No, Virgos for sure.
So you would say I'm a hoe. The moment of silence. That shit is crazy. She's not even gonna answer that shit. Okay,
yes.
So I'm a hoe.
You have hoish characteristics.
All right, bro. Move on. Virgo.
Libras are very hoish.
Uh-huh.
Libras are very hoish, actually. Yep.
So Libras, Virgos.
Virgos, and I think Cancers too.
Cancers are hoes?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Takes one to know one, doesn't it?
Fuck you.
I was just waiting to clap. But were you talking about men and women, or are you just talking about in general?
I think in general for Cancers, because we're very... We're not hosts in the way that I think, oh, I'm gonna let you fuck. We're hosts in the way that I'm gonna get you hooked on me.
So Virgos, you think are the hoes of the hoes?
I think Libras and then Virgos.
Oh, so Libra, Virgos, and then Cancers.
Yeah,
those are the top 3, like Champions League level. You probably don't know what that is, but Champions League level.
I think so. I know a lot of Virgos and I know a lot of Libras, and they have the craziest fucking stories. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to y'all.
Craziest fucking stories.
Fucking crazy.
Craziest fucking stories
That's
I
fucking
have
crazy.
heard.
I do not take accountability for the shit she's saying. Fuck
shit.
that.
I love hearing the whole stories.
Fuck that shit.
I love hearing the whole stories from my whole friends.
Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. She plain out came to the fucking Chillin with D-Lo podcast and called the host a hoe. That's why I fuck with you, bro. That's why I fuck with you. Shout out to ANNII281.
I mean,
but
don't take it personally.
I ain't impressed. It's just like, damn. Like,
you know if you a hoe.
You know?
I don't gotta tell you.
Hey, y'all down in the comments. Do y'all think D-Lo, David Lopez, right, is a hoe? Down below. All right?
Let's be for real though.
Like, let's be fucking for
Be
fucking for real.
Be FFR.
Like, for real. Now, the last question, bro. Mm-hmm. The last question to end this fucking podcast. And it's crazy that we're already coming to an end, because I usually just film for 30 minutes. But I fuck with you heavy, so, we had to extend it longer. No more ANNII281? Like, where's ANNII281? She just came into the scene, 2 videos. She was in and around. And then... disappear. I mean, I see what you're doing, like behind the scenes. Like, I don't really want to disclose what you really got going on, but I mean, props. I've said it before. Like, I'm really proud of you, but like, where's she at?
I don't think she's gone.
Okay,
I think she's there, but I feel like I have other priorities right now, especially when it comes to like money wise. I'm really trying to get my money up, and I'm really trying to build something. And the thing is, I feel like right now all of that has my attention and my hunger.
Yeah.
And that's what's sort of been feeding me, if that makes sense. It's been feeding my drive, you know? I feel like once I have that as stable as I can is when other things are going to call my attention anymore. Because I've thought about it, but the thing is, it doesn't even excite me.
Really?
Right now. It doesn't really excite me.
It's just like, you just took like a little break from it and trying to see where.
I'm trying to do something with my life right now. And I feel like that is what my focus needs to be on. Yeah. Because that's going to help me so much in the long run. And I feel like after that, I will be able to pop out like I did. Like everybody that's asked me, honestly, I've been telling them the same thing. I've been telling them, you know, whenever I do pop back out, I want to pop out. I want to pop out and I want to not give a fuck. I don't want to give a fuck about how much money I spent, where I went. You know, like I don't want to give a fuck about anything.
You just want to pop out.
I just want to pop the fuck out. So right now I can't do that because if I do that, that's going to take me out of your grind, out of my mindset. Yeah. And I can't have anything deviate me right now. I need to work so that when I pop out, I'm relaxed.
And I see that and I fucking respect that. Like nothing but love to Annie. Like it's just, there's a lot of people just, you know, that's been asking like, where's Annie been? You know, where's ANNII281?
But you know, that's how I make y'all miss me.
That's true. That's a very good.
That's how I make y'all miss me. That's how I started making y'all ask about me. Cause that's how you know I'm someone when they start asking.
They're like, she just went ghost. She went missing. That's when I had to get her out that little cave she's been in, and I had to bring her on because you know she'll do it for me because she's homie. So she popped off. So ANNII281, y'all were wondering where she at. She's here. Y'all wondering what she's been up to. She already told y'all. Grinding. So we come to that part of the podcast where we're going to unfortunately have to say bye to her again. But I just want to let you know that, you know, people miss you. People want you back. So whenever you're ready, we'll just be waiting.
I hope it'll be sooner than later. From the way things are going, I hope sooner than later.
No, I heard it here first. I'm speechless. I'm proud of this girl. Like, she's really came up from like a very tough situations, and she's doing it. She has her business, and now there's people asking about her. That's crazy.
I know. I couldn't believe that.
And she's gonna pop out soon. So until then, like, share, subscribe. Y'all go follow Annie. So whenever she does pop out, y'all know.
ANNII281 in all social medias.
Y'all know where to find her. If y'all didn't know already, just, you know, in case y'all didn't know, because y'all probably do. And, we're going to go ahead and end this segment. So like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Leaving. You're just doing that to get even.